All right, it's portal season, y'all. I'm sporting my Buff shirt because we know my Buffs gear because we know Coach Prime loves the transfer portal. Hopefully he will get some good finds this year to help him get back to some winning ways. All right, so portal stories, portal season. I got a story for you today. Today we're going to talk about Damon Wilson II. Damon is currently an edge rusher at Mizzou. Damon started his career at the University of Georgia, and he played there for 2 years. And he was a strong contributor. So much so that in December 2024, Damon entered into a new deal with the collective for $500,000. Okay? Now, 80,000 of the 500 was incentives, so something had to happen special for him to get 80,000 of the 500. But 420,000 if he just fulfilled the terms of the agreement. It was a 14-month term, then he would earn all of the money. Okay? So, he got his first payment under that new deal in December 2024, $30,000. In January 2025, Mr. Wilson decides to hit the portal. Now, he just signed the contract on December 24. Here we are in January, and he's like, deuces, I'm out. And he goes to Mizzou. All right, now, apparently he has done great things at Mizzou, and he's been successful there. So what's the rub on this story? Well, Mr. Wilson had a provision in his contract, an exit provision, that says that he has to pay the balance of the contract if he leaves early. That's his exit fee. In this case, $390,000. He received a check, one check for $30,000, and now UGA is saying, you owe us $390,000. And they're bringing a suit against him, forcing arbitration. Here is my question. Who negotiated the contract for this man? Because there's no scenario where a quality lawyer would agree to these terms. I negotiate 8 and 9-figure deals all the time for my clients, and there is no scenario where I put an exit provision in that is the full value of the contract. Because if you want to leave early, you don't want to pay the full value of the contract because you haven't earned the full value of the contract. You haven't received the money for the full value of the contract. But here we are. So here is my tip, and it is my only tip. If you young men and women, but in this case, young man, okay, are going to be entering into agreements for 6 and 7 figures, you need to hire quality counsel. Hire a real lawyer. Don't be reading these contracts yourself or entertaining someone who is not skilled at contract negotiation. Just hire a quality lawyer and pay their hourly rate. Because if you had, I assure you, you would not be here right now owing the UGA $390,000 when they only cut you a check for $30,000 because you didn't have the right terms and conditions in the agreement. Now, I have seen many of these agreements with collectives and universities that have clawback provisions that if these young men and women leave early, then they get the money back. A lot of times they simply have not been enforcing those terms. So we're in a new day. They have the right to enforce it. And if this provision says what this story has said that it says, then he legitimately owes them $390,000. Okay, I'm stop. Hire quality counsel, young men. If you're going to be out here signing 6 and 7-figure deals and your age has a 1 in front of it, you don't know what you're doing. A 2, you don't know what you're doing. Hire quality counsel. I'm done. Let me know what you think.